Hey, what's poppin'? We back like we never left. This is the Evergreen Pod. I am DM. Sitting here with my homies, man. We excited to be back again this week.
Yes, sir.
Dante, you good?
Yeah, man.
You good? You ready to go for it?
Let's roll.
Let's go for it. Doug, you good?
I'm good. And before you move forward, make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. And you do not want to miss this episode. I promise you.
Hey, it's free, man. It's free. Do it. Will, what's out?
What's up, man?
Lambo,
I'm ready.
Lambo, let's go.
Let's go, man. Glory to
Let's go,
building.
baby. And we got a special guest. Go ahead, Will.
Man, tonight we have, for the first time, the one and only, the human legend himself, Mr. Crescent City basketball. He has taken over high school basketball in the state of Louisiana.
Let's go.
SD Academy's own, my friend, Mr. Shaun Dumas.
What's happening, man? Thank y'all so much for having me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for having me in.
Hey, man.
Hey, that's an intro, bro.
Hey, man.
He gave you an
Man,
intro.
what-
Huh?
Oh, I got a little more, though. I got a little more. You want to go a little more?
Go.
So, 5 appearances, 3-time state champion. Last year, with his own SD Academy, and the school is named after him. Went to the Nationals and won the regional. Mr. Shaun Dumas. I can keep going. I got another one. Y'all want another one? We got another one.
We want another one.
Baton Rouge finest. 2-hour driving. Coaching kids from all over the state. Mr. Get out the car cleaning his own gear. Check the shirt and the gear out.
All merch. Let's go, baby.
Buy it, man.
Come on.
Mr. Shaun Dumas. What's up, man?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Man, I'm so humbled, man. I'm so humbled.
3 intros, man. You got 3
I'm so
intros.
humbled by that,
You
man.
got to, man.
Man, thank y'all so much for having me, man. Man, Will, when you reached out to me, man, I said I put anything I need to put to aside, man, so I can come and spend some time with you guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
We
appreciate
y'all
it.
so much,
Appreciate that,
man.
man.
We appreciate it,
Yeah,
man. Well, what we do here is called the Evergreen Pod, because what we do, even though we talk sports,
Yeah.
we talk current affairs,
Yeah.
we talk about Evergreen because it's something that's gonna last years and years from now. Somebody can watch it 20 years, and it'll still be a relevant conversation. It's based around sports and everything. We all love sports,
Yep.
but then we have a relevant conversation. We just want to come, man, and have your own academy.
Yeah.
Doug,
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh, Doug? Named after you, school named after you, man. That's wild, man.
Wow.
Give us a little bit. I don't know where we're gonna go. Where you want to go to the background? Give us a little bit of background about you, how you come up, how did you get into sports? I mean, just run it, man.
Man, believe it or not, when I started playing sports when I was young. Obviously, everybody say that, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Started playing sports when I was young, man. And honestly, man, I just wanted to play organized sports, really and truly, guys, just because I wanted to just be better than my brothers. Like my brothers,
Oh,
my
yeah.
older brothers were really good. You know what I mean? So I only wanted to play sports because I just wanted to be better than them.
Right.
The whole neighborhood would play, and I was the youngest. I was the young guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got opportunity to play, man, and I got into organized sports, and I was really good in football. You know, that was my first love. And so, man, I just played sports. I fell in love with it, man. And after that, man, I just didn't want to do anything else. You know, when I had friends doing the wrong thing, sports kind of kept me on that straight and narrow. You know, and I think all of us pretty much got that same testament.
Yes,
you know,
indeed.
Because I was on the football field or because I was on the basketball court, I didn't have that free time to do that crazy stuff. You know what I mean? And that was great, man. That was a great opportunity, and a great moment for me when I started. Like I think I was 7 years old, man.
That's it.
I was
That's
7
about
years
the time.
old, man.
It's
Yeah.
about that time, yeah.
7 years old.
Take us to high school, man. What high school you went to? What all sports did you play besides football?
Yeah.
How did you get into basketball and what you did after that?
Man, believe it or not, I went to St. Aug, and I went to St. Aug as a football player. You know what I mean? But you know, basketball, I played basketball just to kind of stay in shape.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Gotcha.
But little did I know, man, I was gonna fall in love with basketball. I was gonna be the kind of apple of my eye. At that time, we didn't really have a whole bunch of different camps that we went to. And man, we had some great guys that was on the team, man. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, the law firm, Selfish Capers. You know what I mean? Like we played with some pros. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, I started playing AAU basketball, man, and all of a sudden, I started playing in front of different coaches, different scouts. All of a sudden, man, I'm getting ranked, nationally ranked. I'm a 4 out of 5 star. When I first started, I was 4 out of 5 star. Then, I dropped down to 3, obviously. You know what I mean? But, man, all of a sudden, my name in these headlines and these lights in AAU, and I'm like, man, I kind of like this a little bit more. You know what I mean? I kind of like this a little bit more, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so, Man, ultimately, man, so I did play football and basketball at St. Aug. I started as a sophomore at St. Aug, and back in that time, I'm acting like I'm super old. I feel like it, man. Man, last week I made 37, man, and I had to really think like, man.
Young man.
Man, listen, you know how when you got to put your information in like online, you got to click that little thing.
Got to keep scrolling. Got to scroll up. Got to scroll up a little bit.
When I'm scrolling, like usually I can do a scroll one time and find my birth year. Yeah. I gotta do it like 2 times now. You know what I'm saying?
I had to do it today, and I said, "Oh man."
All the way up. So yeah, man. But man, I fell in love with basketball, man. Really and truly, like around my junior year in high school. Obviously I still love football. I loved everything that it brought to me. But basketball was more beneficial for me at that time, and I just kind of fell in love with it, man. And that's kind of been my little journey, man. I started as a sophomore. We got to my senior year. We were a state runner-up to Brother Martin. With that group with DJ Augustine and Ryan Brock and those guys.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a good group. Yeah, they were a good group. It was a great game too, man. And so, Coach Griff coached me. Coach Griff was a tough-nosed coach, man. You had to be a tough guy to play for Coach Griff, man.
Yeah.
And the one thing I respect about Coach Griff, y'all, is that he told me, he's like, ain't told all us, after we graduate, he'll always be there for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow, right,
and
right.
He always stayed true to his word, man. About 3-4 weeks ago, not about a month ago, he came and spent some time with the boys. Really did a whole practice for us, man, and that was big time. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, that's relationships that's gonna last a lifetime. You know what I mean? So that's good stuff.
Yep.
That's dope, man. Like, as far as I always was so intrigued about people who come from New Orleans.
He act like we foreign or something.
Don't
Act like we foreign or something.
Baby, don't start, bro.
No, but no. New Orleans people. Listen. People from New Orleans. They say they're not part of Louisiana.
We not, because you cross that spillway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's different when you cross that spillway.
It's a different world.
It's a different world.
So it's New Orleans.
I didn't move out here recently. It's a different world out here.
World, man.
It's a different world.
So it's
where you come.
So people from New Orleans. So yeah, y'all from a different world. So when I say New Orleans, yeah, y'all in your own world. But I was always intrigued for people that came from New Orleans because they are a lot of highly successful people that comes from New Orleans. So talk about what New Orleans did for you to put you in a position to be successful in where you are now.
For sure. That's a great question too, man. I think one of the biggest things New Orleans did for me was New Orleans taught me how to not make excuses. You know what I mean? Like, nobody, especially where I came from, nobody was given a fair hand. You know what I mean? Like, we had limited resources. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I had a really good family that didn't allow me to make excuses. We just had to get it done. You know what I mean? So, kudos to my parents. But New Orleans did a great job of really making us grow up faster. You know what I mean?
Shut up.
And I think that was super important and everything in my life because, man, think about it, yo. We went through a pandemic. We've been through hurricanes. And, like, you just got to be relentless. You know what I mean? So when you grow up in New Orleans, you have to be relentless. I mean, you see crime, you know what I'm saying? And obviously you see crime everywhere.
Right.
But, like, in New Orleans, it's different.
You know
what I'm saying?
Especially growing up in the late 80s, early 90s.
You can go walk to the store and get a frozen cup, man, and your life can be changed drastically after that. You know what I mean? So
that's how you know you're from New Orleans. He said frozen cup. Ice cup.
For iceberg, you know what I mean?
It's a frozen cup. It's a frozen cup.
Yeah, frozen cup. You know what I mean? But New Orleans helped me make the adjustment in life. You know what I mean? Life is tough. You know what I mean? But there was just something about growing up knowing that, like, man, I've been through everything. You know what I'm saying? I've been through everything. So what I'm going through right now is not going to define me. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
And so that's good stuff, man. And that's one of the biggest things that, I try to live my life by and help these kids live their life by. You know what I mean? What you're going through right now, it don't define you.
Right.
It's what happens after you go through it. Life gonna knock you down. That's a given.
Yeah. Right.
But what happens when you fall? Do you get back up? If you can't get back up, do you crawl?
Right.
If you can't crawl, do you roll?
Right.
Or do you just give up?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I tell the kids, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Don't take it. Right.
Shoot or shoot, baby.
Yeah.
Shoot or shoot.
And so
Shoot.
New Orleans told me shoot. not that shoot. Not that shoot. Not that shoot. Not that shoot. Yeah, shoot.
Shoot it.
Steph Curry jump shots, not the other shooting.
So and because I've had, I have cousins and everything that born in New Orleans, live in New Orleans and everything like that. Like, and I went to school with them, a couple of cats as well. Like, talk about St. Aug and the backing that school is legendary.
Yeah.
What it does for young men coming out of New Orleans. Like, could you just speak to that and how it propelled you into what you're doing?
Yeah, man, I can't lie to y'all. St. Aug is a special place because, I mean, there's no other school that I know of. On the first day of school, there's a plethora of alumni to come on the beginning of the school just to come shake those guys' hands.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Never heard that before. Wow.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen, that's so monumental.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To see people that walk those same hallways and how successful they are.
They look just like
but not
you.
only that,
Right.
just like you,
Yeah.
but they're willing to reach back and
Yeah.
say, I'm here for you if you need me. You know what I'm saying? St. August like its own fraternity.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
It's like its own fraternity. And so many doors have been opened for me in my life just by being a St. Aug alum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, man, St. August, and it taught me how to persevere. Back in that time, we had to paddle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we had to paddle back in that time.
No
And,
games.
and one of the things that really helped me when I was at St. Aug was the fact that like we had real people that looked like you and me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That didn't allow me to settle for mediocrity. Didn't allow me to just be average. Didn't allow me to miss the bar without me knowing that I can do better. You know what I mean? And so, man, when you got a group of people and a team and a culture like that, man, you can't help but to be successful.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nah, you also got to know how to rip.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's all boys, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you got to find something to do in your spare time.
For those of you watching who don't know what ribbon is, they call it what they call
The
it,
dozens.
the dozens some
The
places.
dozens, yeah.
They call it John in another
Right.
state,
Yeah.
right? But
Right.
it's just you got a good comeback. You
yeah,
got
something.
to clown somebody
Yeah.
if you need to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I already know.
Yeah. But watch this, man. I was the first person in my neighborhood that knew how to tie a tie.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
going to preach it to y'all.
Yeah.
Think about that. My friends had to come to me. My older friends had to come to me to learn how to tie a tie.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love my brothers, but my older brothers had to come to me
That's crazy.
for me to tie their tie.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yep,
So
yep.
I was 2 steps ahead. Now watch this. Now, I was 2 steps ahead when I got out of high school because I knew how to wear a shirt and tie. I knew how to wear a belt, and I knew how to wear my pants on my hip.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was 2 steps ahead in the professional world than a lot of my friends and a lot of my peers. You know what I mean? And not just my peers, but people around the world.
Yeah, I like that. I like that two steps ahead. Swag. We might use that as a. I like that title because now you got me thinking because I know the story. Will tells me some of the story. But so give me the rundown from you're in the system, you're coaching in the system. I'm gonna say in the system, but you're coaching in the regular school system, and 2 steps ahead, and that's what you're doing now because it's amazing. It's still amazing to me to have the audacity to start a school. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And name it after yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm saying in a good way, and to say, you know what, I can do this. You know what? Not I can do this. I'm going to do this,
Come on.
and there's a reason for me to do it. That's 2 steps, if not 1,000 steps or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But that's steps ahead. Give me the thought process. I guess you can give me a little background on where you were coaching, what, and then maybe you can talk about some of the issues, and then what pushed you to say, you know what, I need to go ahead and do this, and why. This is what we about, man.
Yeah,
I
man,
love that.
for sure. That's a great question. Actually, I started off coaching at St. Aug. St. Aug gave my
okay.
first job,
Hold it. How did y'all let Jamal Chase leave and go to Roma? Because a lot of people don't know that Jamal Chase is a basketball player. He doesn't like football at all.
Yeah.
But people who in the city, we know that.
They know.
We know Jamal Chase from basketball. We don't know him from football at all.
Wow, he's
Like
a
you a
hooper.
ball.
Yeah.
He's a hooper.
How did y'all let Jamal Chase get away from St. Aug? He was there, right? Wasn't he there?
Listen, Jamal. All right, we gotta talk about this. All right. It worked out for his benefit. It did. It worked out for his benefit. It did. You know what I'm saying? I can't hate. But you know what I mean? Obviously, you want everybody that have that kind of talent to go through the purple. You know what I mean? Right. But, man, I tell you this. You got to be some kind of special to walk those hallways and finish.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people start. But a lot of people don't finish.
Right.
And whether it be the pressures of, you know what I mean, like the expectations that's put on you academically, the expectations that's put on you athletically, or even socially, you know what I mean? But for whatever reasons, you got to be special to start there and finish. You know what I mean? And that's why I think the culture is the way it is, you know, at St. Aug. But they gave me my first job, man. Wow. And I was appreciative of that. You know what I mean? And it was crazy because after my second year of coaching, I got a head job at Sophie B. Wright.
Wow.
Right? Now, Sophie B. Wright wasn't what Sophie B. Wright is right now.
Yeah.
Right? Peep this out. They didn't have a gym.
Nope.
Basketball's in the wintertime. We practice outside a lot.
Wait. Hold on.
New Orleans Public School.
Hold on. We're going to almost slow down. So, hold on. So you got a coaching job. I didn't have a gym.
Didn't have a gym.
It's public school.
I'm about to share how this go full circle.
Some of them don't have football practice facilities.
Right.
They don't have fields to practice on.
Right.
They practice at the playground.
Wow.
I'm about to show you how this go full circle. So, I'm at Sophie B. Wright. We're practicing outside. I'm so grateful for Miss Clark, right? Now, Miss Clark gave me my first job. That's the principal at.
Yeah.
Now, I think she just won Principal of the Year in Louisiana, something like that. Wow. She the real deal, right? Peep this out. So, I'm trying to conduct a basketball practice. I got the cheerleaders over here. The band was cold-blooded, right? The band director was from St. Aug. All right? Cold-blooded. So the band over here, I got middle school flag football over here, and I'm trying to blow the whistle. Nobody can hit a whistle because the band
gone.
You know what I'm saying? Then it's freezing outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, I reached out to Coach Griff, my high school coach, who was the head coach at Dillard at the time. I said, Coach, man, I'm practicing outside.
Come on, man, help me.
Can we use your auxiliary gym? Can we get in here? Man, Coach Jim made it happen. Coach Griff made it happen for us.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Shout out.
Connections, man.
Connections and
Power of connection.
And, you know, one of the things is he always said is, man, you go hard for me. I make sure, you know what I'm saying, I take care of you on the back end. And he did just that. But, man, when I was at Sophie B, I had 2 kids, man, that, man, got there. I think I was the first person at Sophie B. Wright to sign 2 kids to full scholarship in basketball.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The big time. Coach Aiken, who's at McNeese State right now, he was at Belhaven. Yeah. He signed 2 kids, Anthony Oates and Juan Marcel.
Wow.
They were the first 2 kids in Sophie B. Wright history to go play sports on a full ride.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
How grateful was those parents, man?
Man, very.
Man, I can imagine.
Wow. Very.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Think about it, y'all. You know, New Orleans Public School, those kids are one decision away from. Anthony Oates went to St. Aug. You know what I mean? Anthony Oates went to St. Aug. And just so kind of happened that he ended up at Sophie B with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
God don't make mistakes for sure.
No, not
You
at
know
all.
what I mean? So from there, you know, a lot of people told me, don't take that Sophie B. Right job. Don't take that job. But, you know, one thing I don't do is I don't do what people say. I do what God say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
So, I get this crazy phone. I'm playing in the men's league, right? You know, I still get down even though my stomach a little bit big. It's the ride, babe. It's the ride. It's the ride. You know what I'm saying? I can still get down a little bit, you know. My players know, you know. Yeah.
Crazy work.
Yeah.
Crazy work.
Yeah. But peep this out. So, man, I'm playing in this league, and this guy said, Shaun, you know, we have a job opening here at Crescent City. Now, I didn't know Crescent City was a real school. I thought Crescent City was just a place where people come and have men's league. You know what I mean? That's the only place I knew.
So you was playing in the men's league
I was
at Crescent
playing
City?
in the men's league at Crescent City.
Man, we got spanked in that league one year, man.
Really?
I think we
Man.
won 1 game.
Really? Oh,
Trash.
He said, "Oh man."
Listen, I think I done put like 82 points up in the game.
Hey, it's real ballers in there. Everybody went there, played ball in college. Everybody who playing, they played ball in college.
Played ball in college, yep.
Right.
And peep this out, man. So, you know, this guy named Glenn Langyang, he said, Shaun, there's an opening. You should really consider it. Now, obviously, it's a private school, and I was in the public school. Public school make more money than private schools.
Yeah, clearly, right,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so at the time, I said, well, you know, I see what you're talking about, because I ain't have a gym, man. You know what I mean? I ain't have a gym. So,
I see what you're talking about.
Actually, they had 2 gyms and a swimming pool.
Right.
So I was like, man, that took the cake. So anyway, man, I ended up doing a interview and meeting with the AD, and man, they offered me the job just like that. I didn't even have to like interview really. You know what I mean? It was just a conversation that we had. That was just God's favor, man.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I talked to some people that was like, man, Shaun, don't take that job just because at the time, Sophie B. Wright was gonna get a new school, the school that they have right now, which is beautiful. Y'all seen it?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
We played it now. Yeah.
Oh man, beautiful, right? And so, man, Shaun, just stay put. Don't take that job. But God said,
God said,
you know what I mean?
Love it.
So I took that job, you know, and I just put my head down, and I was faithful with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was faithful. We worked extremely hard. I had, you know, I didn't have the best crew when I first got there, but guess what? Those kids believed every word I said. And if I said they could run through that brick wall, they wasn't asking, they was running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So get to Crescent, you know, a lot of kids start coming. Obviously, you know, a lot of them seen me play. A lot of their families knew who I was because of my name in the city.
Right.
And so now all of a sudden we starting to get this buzz that, man, Crescent City might be the place to be, right? So my first year, I think I bring like 7 or 8 kids.
Yeah.
Those kids play middle school sports. Man, they blow everybody out. Look, it was so bad that they banned us from the league.
Oh,
right?
man.
But I was coaching varsity, but I couldn't coach them, obviously,
Right.
because it was in middle school.
Right.
My second year, even more kids came.
Wow.
Right? It was crazy. Like, almost every big name kid in the city came to Crescent City for a year.
Yeah.
Check this out. So, man, no lie to you guys. The second year I was there, well, let me say this. I want to give a kudos to my first year team. That team that I coached, the year before, they were like 2-17. The very next year, when I got a chance to coach them, man, we finished 15-15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
We
big
took a
jump,
two-win
right.
team to go 500. That was
Right.
big time. You
Big
know what I
time.
mean?
That's a big deal,
I
right.
mean, like, big time. We was playing some pretty solid teams, you know? But my second year, almost every kid in the city that can play was there. Football and basketball.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, like a 2-week period, the majority of them left. The majority of them left. I'm like, man, like, what is going on?
All at the same time.
Oh, like it was like within like a 2-week period,
Right.
for whatever reason. Like someone got kicked out, some
Right.
of them,
Yeah.
you know, couldn't pay, you know, whatever,
Right.
whatever the situation was.
Right.
But in a 2-week, we went from having about 20 real basketball players to like 10.
Yeah.
And I'm saying 10, really, it was probably like 9 or 8.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so all of a sudden, man, I'm sitting down. I'm like, man, God, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And God was like, man, I had to shake some things up because I'm leaving you a remnant. If all those kids came and you were great, you can say it was you. But I'm shaking some things up, and with this remnant right here, you might not think it's enough, but it's more than.
Yeah.
And so, man, you know, we came the second year. A lot of those kids played varsity. We still weren't very good. We were young. My third year, we ended up going to the quarterfinals. Man, we were playing Southern Lab, up 20 points. All of a sudden, their band came in. I don't know what happens on the basketball when the band come in. Man, all of a sudden, we was up 20 points. Them dudes came back, and it was like a 40. They beat us by like 30 points. I was like, man, I don't know. It was good. Yeah, it was crazy.
The band did it for
Man,
them.
but man, I don't know. They were so huge, man. They
Yeah.
were like 6'8", 6'7", 6.
Yep.
And I coached a lot of those kids for AAU, man. But they were really good though. And then after that, man, you know, we went on our little tangent. You know, 5 years in a row.
Wow.
Won 3 out of 5. You know, we left off a back-to-back state championship.
Sheesh.
In those 5 years with those kids that God gave me, we put 17 kids in college.
Man,
Yes,
come on,
indeed.
man.
Big time.
Man, come
17, right?
Yeah.
So 17 parents got a chance to see their kid walk across the stage and go to college.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Yeah.
That's huge.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
And that's what it's about.
Yep, that's what it's about.
That's what it's all about for me. You know what I mean?
Give us a little. Talk to us about your alignment with God. I know you.
Yeah.
So talk to the people about your beliefs in God and how you structure that to get that point across to your team because you're still trying to correlate that to them.
For sure. Well, the biggest thing is, and all my guys know from the first team I ever had to right now, that the basketball that we use is just a tool. You know, my faith, that's all I have. You know what I mean? And I know that sounds cliche, right? Everybody say that. My faith is all I have, right? But man, listen, just like Paul said in the Bible, I've had nothing and I've been content. And I've had everything and I've been content. Right? Listen, I've really had nothing and had to figure out how to be content. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And at the peak of my career, I had everything and had to figure out how to stay humble and be content. And then everything left again. You know what I'm saying? Right? Everything left again. So peep this out. No lie to y'all. Man, the biggest thing that we do, and I have an amazing coaching staff, we teach life. Basketball is only a piece of what we teach. And that's why we've been so successful. People say, man, you must be a great basketball coach. I say, no, I'm a great life coach.
Life coach, yeah, straight up.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm keeping it real.
100%.
Like, think about it. A lot of the issues that our kids are facing, it has nothing to do with the sport that they're playing.
No.
It has to do with before they got to school. When they leave school, they may be stressed because they're not getting the right food, the right nutrition.
Right.
You know what I mean? They may have came to school and they ain't eat since last night or since lunchtime.
So yeah, I'm
you know
having
what I'm
attitude.
And then you wonder why they're in class. You wonder why they're in class and they're sleeping.
Right.
And then when you start to really hear these kids' story, then you get a chance to really like say, man, that's what's really going on. And I think that's what the thing that was missing in a lot of these kids' lives. So you get a kid that was a problem child over here, they'll come to me and they'll succeed. They'll be successful. And it's not that I taught them how to dribble a basketball any different. As I taught them how to live a little different. You know what I'm saying?
And it translates, right?
And it translates. You know what I mean? I just love them a little different. And so, so for me, it's all about the love part.
Yes, sir.
The culture that we fortify, and I don't even know that's a word, man, but the culture that we have around is love. That's it. You know, it's not 1, 2, 3 Lions. It's not 1, 2, 3 SDA. It's 1, 2, 3 love. Because if we don't have a culture of love, we don't have nothing. You know, my championship speech is, man, we gotta love one another. We gotta play this game like we love one another. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to get emotional, but it's the real deal. Because if I play basketball like I love you, then I'm gonna be there for you. If you need me, guess what? I'm gonna be there for you.
100%.
You know what I mean? If that ball on the ground, I'm gonna dive on the floor because my brother need me to do that. It's not a question. You know what I mean? And so now we getting into principles of life. You understand what I'm saying? Now when you're having a bad day, you know you can't give up because I got a group of people that love me. You see what I'm saying? And so for me, my faith has been just that. I live my life for the people that I love and the people that love me and the people that God is going to allow me to impact. You know what I'm saying? And so that's all I have. You know what I mean? So, and I don't want to babble on, but I mean, that's just,
you good. You good.
You know what I mean?
It's a show about you.
You know what I mean?
And that's why you're here, because that's what we stand on. I mean, even, you know, I kept on looking at Doug because we talk about a lot about, you know, ball is not life. You know what I'm saying? And you know, y'all, you done came up in there and they had the whole ball is life thing. And I understood it from playing sports when I was younger. I understood it from dedicating yourself to the sport. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that whole phrase will get in your head, and now you forget about what life really is. What you talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's our bread and butter here, man. That's just what we believe in. So you ain't gonna never ramble on with that.
Oh man,
we talk about that all night, man.
Endless tape, man.
It's almost like I don't even know if I have any questions. I'm just gonna let you just talk. Because no, like this is the first time that we've had somebody in here, and I'm like just soaking everything in because the stuff that you're saying is ministering to me, and you don't even know it. Just about the quality over quantity, because we all want that instant success. And you have to be diligent in who God and what God gives you at that moment. One thing that I love that you said about your high school coach, Coach Griff, and the connection that you made. And I know you teach a lot of principles to your kid. And we always talk about the athletic bubble. Like, you're always around athletes all the time. You know, what type of things are you letting them know right now to get outside the locker room and connect with other people? Because just like how you connect with Coach Griff and people helped you to put you in the position where you are today. How important is that you're trying to get that message across to your players right now? So look, man, you need to have connections outside of basketball.
Yeah. Man, that's a great question. We talk about that all the time. Like, you need your brethrens and your sisters that don't just hoop, or that don't tackle people, or that don't hit home runs.
Hey, look, I'm sitting.
Yeah. So, one of the things that we always talk about is, man, you got to be careful how you treat your neighbor, because you never know who you may need.
You never know.
You know what I mean? So you may think that this person right here has add no value to your life, but in 10 years, you know what I'm saying? In 10 years, they may get you out the biggest hole that you ever been in your life, because of the way you treated them 10 years ago. Also, on top of that, like right now, teaching them how to have real conversations in life. Like not just like, oh man, I'm cold in basketball. You know what I mean? Like teaching them how to have real conversations with people. Teaching them how, like, right now we doing right now, like one of the biggest things with the boys is like, man, when you talk to somebody, you look them in the eye, you shake their hand. Firm handshake.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like firm handshake. Like don't just come dapping everybody off.
And
like
it matters. It matters.
Yeah.
Yep.
My name is Shaun Dumas, not I'm Shaun.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's those little things that really can set you apart. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. The Bible talked about, like, Daniel was exceedingly set apart. God exceedingly set him apart. He just, like, God set him apart exceedingly. And so it was a spirit of excellence that he had. You know what I mean? And so I'm, like I said, I don't want to get all preachy, but the biggest thing I wanna convey is, man, like, my guys know that. And we talk about it in the business sense too. Like, even as a coach is a business. He got to give $30,000 a year to you. $30,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
Yep.
Like, I don't walk around with 30. I ain't Floyd. I don't walk around with 30,000. You know what? I don't walk around with $1 million. Right? Well, watch this. Why should this coach give you this $30,000?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what your social media say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
What your body language say?
Yep.
You might have not said forget you, but your language did.
Yeah, right.
Your body language did.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and even in the business world, that's why, and I think that's why this today was really important for me, because having and trying to rub shoulders with people like you to come and talk to those guys, to my guys, about the real life piece, even a financial piece, all of those things is really important to me, because they need the life. They need to know this in life. You know what I mean? So that's important, man.
So it says on here, no athlete left behind. Then it says, our mission is to inspire, teach, encourage, support, and motivate all student athletes to dream forever. How did you come about that mission statement, and how are you putting it in place right now?
Dream forever.
Man, can I be transparent with y'all?
Yes. Sir.
This mission statement is me.
Yeah.
I went to St. Aug. I was a McDonald's All-American nominee. I had a lot of big-time schools wanting me. But I didn't do what I needed to do academically. I felt like I was an athlete left behind. Now, I'm not, this is not no shots, but at the time when I was at St. Aug, I didn't feel like I did enough. Or I didn't have nobody that looked like me or young like me that kind of like, to rear me in and say, Shaun, man, you need to maybe do a year summer school. Maybe use some ACT prep. So I got all these schools recruiting me, but I can't sign because I'm not a qualifier.
Preach.
So guess what? That was a dream killer. Think about how many kids that's not supposed to be at home, dreams were killed because they didn't have somebody that looked like you and I saying, man, look, you can do it. I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? So no athlete left behind is something that's real. All of us know an athlete that's been left behind.
Straight up.
And left behind can mean that you were successful, but you ain't get the life aspect of it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So when we want to inspire our student athletes to dream forever, because we don't want to put a limit on anything that they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Because we want them to know that we're gonna minister to the whole athlete.
Yeah.
They're gonna get what they need spiritually.
Yep.
They're gonna get what they need academically.
Yep.
They're gonna get what they need athletically. They're gonna get what they need socially. You know what I mean? And so for me, I was left behind because there was a point in my life where I was like, man, what's next? If I let that moment define me, guess what? I could have been right. That could have stopped me right there.
Absolutely.
But that's what New Orleans did for me. It taught me how to be relentless. And so God opened up a door. Like, peep this out. I literally signed to the number 3 junior college in the nation, Lyon Morris, at the time. I really signed. That's when everybody used to go to Xavier and hoop. We didn't have many places to hoop. We either hooped outside on the park, you found a place to hoop, and everybody was there.
Right.
J.R. Smith, Chris Paul, all those guys were in there, hooping at the same time. Brandon Bass, you know what I mean? And, man, I got a chance to just play. I was a senior in high school, just going hoop, because I already signed to, number 3 junior college in the nation.
Right.
The coach at Xavier said, Danton Jackson, Shaun, what you think about coming to Xavier? I said, you coming to Xavier? You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, but I was dismissive. I was like, man, you could talk to my people. So I gave him my people number. And all of a sudden, like this thing's starting to come into fruition.
Yeah.
But watch this. I felt alive again. Something started happening. Like I felt like that's where I needed to be. That was home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so think about this, guys. I went to Little Bitty Xavier. Man, Spike Lee done been down to see me play at Little Bitty Xavier. Yeah. I done had the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Raptors. I done had New Orleans Hornets, the Houston Rockets in the Raptors. Man, I done been at to Adidas Nations 2 years in a row with Derrick Rose, Eric Gordon, Kevin Love, Mario Chalmers, DJ Augustine, Darren Collison. Man, I can keep going. This Little Bitty school, God used me to go for this Little Bitty school and be put on this big old platform.
Wow.
Peep this out. I felt alive again. Xavier gave me a second chance. I believe God gave me that second chance.
Yeah.
But peep this out. If they wouldn't have, then my dream would have been killed. And I probably wouldn't even been here talking to you guys today.
That's crazy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So a lot of our student athletes, like right now my post-grad, man, because of the pandemic, these kids get an opportunity to get an extra year and they can transfer to school to school to school. So if a college coach, they don't even go to high school gyms anymore. They just go in the transfer portal.
Yep.
So now you got kids,
That pulled a line.
yeah. So now you got kids, right, that would normally make a college roster sitting at home. Dreams killed. Come on, I don't think y'all hear me.
Yeah.
Dreams killed. They're at home.
Yep.
They're like, what's next? God gave me a remnant of guys.
Yeah.
On my postgrad, this is our first year having postgrad, right? And God gave me a remnant of guys, and my staff a remnant of guys, right? That, man, you know what? They feel alive again. They feel like they can accomplish their goal, right? But all in the midst of they thinking they're accomplishing their goal, God is accomplishing His goal.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They really getting some life. They're getting
Right.
some real life.
Yep.
Now they becoming real good basketball players, right? They're on the national platform, but they getting real life.
Right.
But that mission statement was me.
Yeah.
My dream was killed, man. For about a month, I'm sitting down like every day looking like, man, I worked my whole childhood. I miss Disney World, Six Flags, right?
You, huh?
Yeah, I miss my junior prime. You know what I'm saying? All for this thing, and guess what? It didn't pay off for me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't pay off for me, and so that kid was me.
Yep.
And my mission, my purpose is to be exactly what I needed when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, 13, 14, 15 years old, 19, 20 years old. Be that person who I needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the school mission.
And I want so
Yeah,
take,
I
already know. I got so many.
take me into because we talk about this. You know what I'm saying? We are is ingenuity. We think about branching out, doing different things. Keep dreaming forever. I like that part on the keep dreaming forever, right?
Yeah.
And so we always come up with ideas. I mean, we just come up with something new all the time. And I'm back to it again. So now it's Shaun Dumas Academy.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Your last name Dumas too, right?
Yep.
You might be related to my grandmother was a Dumas.
Oh,
We'll
come
talk
on.
about that later.
We related.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah. And so, but Shaun Dumas Academy. So we go take me to that part when we transitioning from coaching at Crescent City, right? Yeah. To say, you know what, I'm about to start this school.
Yeah. Man, if anybody know me, when I first got out of high school, I spoke that into existence. I said, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do it on a national level, right? Now,
wait, hold on. You say you come out of high school?
College.
But this is what you want to do.
That's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
College. Coming out of college. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Coming out of college. This is what I said I wanted to do.
Wow.
On a national level.
Wow.
Right? Now, what I didn't tell you guys was, man, God gave me a peek at it when I was at Crescent. Mm-hmm. Man, God allowed me to be featured on the front page of ESPN.
Yep.
Ball is Life.
Yep.
USA Today.
Wow.
Forbes. I can keep going, right?
Keep going. It's you.
Peep this out. God gave me a taste of what it was supposed to be like when I was there.
Wow.
And after, like, just throughout this journey when I was at Crescent, man, these college jobs are a pop-up for me.
Oh, straight up.
You know what I mean? And I had the opportunity to leave about 5 or 6 times. Real legit jobs that, was just my decision. And so I sat down one day with my now wife, and she was like, I was frustrated about something. I was coaching AAU with the Nike team. I was frustrated about something. She said, well, babe, why don't you just start your own academy? And I said, wait, you just can't do that, right?
Start an academy.
Now watch this. Watch how crazy this sound. Off a back-to-back state championship, and was gonna win another one. It was gonna be 3 in a row, and another one. It was gonna be 4 in a row, right? And then all of a sudden, it's crazy because we was in Peace Jam for about 3 weeks straight. God took me away from everything around here. I don't even know where we was. We were somewhere with Nike Peace Jam that year, and we had to be in the bubble. And then God began just to massage my heart and just bring to my remembrance that this is what you said you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it don't sound very intriguing, somebody at the peak of his career to say, I'm going to step down and I'm going to do something else.
Yeah.
People laughed at me.
Wow.
People told me that was the dumbest idea that they ever heard.
But what God said.
But God said.
But God said, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I start this journey, and I said, man, we're going to do it. My wife said, we had shot a little video, and my wife said, you ready? I said, yeah. She said, all right. She pressed send. She said, no turning back now. There was no turning back.
Right.
You know what I mean? The journey was, I've done everything I was supposed to do at the high school level.
Yep.
I did everything I was supposed to do. I think I was a great standard of what needed to be done at the high school level, how to be successful.
Yes. With
my colleagues, I love my colleagues. I spent a lot of time with them, still to this day. But God told me it was just time to level up and be unapologetic about it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we start this journey, man, and I called this guy named Marcus Sloan. He wanted me to come to a couple tournaments in Texas when I was at Crescent. So I said, cool. So I just threw a shot in the window. Let me tell you how all this came together. I said, man, Sloan, I'm starting a school, man. He was like, man, we need a link. I said, why? He said, because I got my own prep school league.
Perfect. God.
Out the blue, right? This is out the blue. Like, I didn't know this. Like, like God started putting these things together. You know what I'm saying? Man, I got my own prep school league. We need a link. All of a sudden, I'm like, man, this may not just be a thought. This may be a real reality.
Real thing. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so, man, all of a sudden, I started talking, and I started having conversations with people, and people believed in me, and people believed that this was something that was needed. Why was this needed? Because our kids get all of this attention playing AAU. And then they come back to their high school, and these coaches forget about most of them. Think about this. In Louisiana last year, we didn't have more than 10 kids to go play high Division I ball. and I think that we have kids that were more than capable of going.
Absolutely, always, yeah, absolutely.
Right? So why not put them on the biggest platform, like when they go on their Nike team, when they go on their Adidas team, when they go on their Under Armour team? Why not put them on the biggest platform to travel around the world and help them with their recruitment, all while giving them some life?
Yep.
Yeah.
Giving
You
them
know what
some
I'm
life.
saying?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so that was one of the motivations behind it. You know what I mean? And so, then some of my former players, Byron Joshua, that's at Elkhorn State, right? Byron Joshua, 2-time state champion, one time, let me say it right, 2-time state championship, 2-time runner-up, goes to college and automatically, right, first year out, SWAC championship.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? SWAC champion, and he's starting point guard as a freshman. You know what I mean? He's a winner.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a winner.
Yeah.
He's a culture changer. Right? So, man, Coach, you've been talking about this. And then all these confirmations starting to happen.
Yep.
Coach, you've been talking about this. You've been talking about this. Then people start to remind, man, Shaun, you said this when you was in college. Man, you said this when you was at St. Aug. And all of a sudden it came to pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so,
Yep.
man, thank God for that, huh?
Let's talk about your facilities and where y'all going to school at, where y'all practicing at, where the games at. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
people can get in touch with you so they can make sure they come out and support the kids.
Absolutely.
For sure.
100%.
For sure. So the school, what we did was, man, I have 10 guys on my team. We've partnered with a small school named Life for Christ Christian Academy, right? And we've partnered with them. Miss Freelo is actually, man, let me tell you, I actually went to that school when I was in 7th grade, right?
okay.
When I was in 5th and 6th grade, I was a little bit off the meat rack. That's what they say in New Orleans. I was off the chain, I was off the chain. I was wilding a little bit, right? And so, a lot of these middle schools that was recruiting back in that time, middle school football was big time.
They still doing it.
Yeah.
They still recruiting.
Yeah. But like the middle schools recruit me, and I couldn't go because my grades didn't look like what it needed to be in my behavior. So I went to the school when I was in 7th grade, and Miss Freelo made me feel like I can.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
She made me feel like I
makes a difference,
can.
man.
She spent time with me. She made me, you know what I'm saying? So I went from having like, D's and C's to like a B average.
Wow.
Now, to some people, that may not be like a big jump. But for me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
man, I was like, I was off the chain. Look, I'm looking at the camera. I was off the chain, right? And I don't mean like I was a bad kid, none of that. I was a good kid, but like when I was in that classroom, I wasn't focused. You know what I'm saying? Miss Freelo helped recalibrate some things inside me. And then after that, I went to St. Aug. But that's why our kids are enrolled in school at. And it's cool because last year, man, we kind of, we were a part of that school, but we were a partner away, like, almost like the home type deal. But peep this out, y'all. So now we actually go to school there. And the boys, man, they feel like so rejuvenated, man. They got young guys, middle schoolers, elementary students that look up to them. You know what I mean? And now they remember, like, man, I'm really operating in purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I'm really operating in purpose. So that's what we do our academics at Life for Christ Christian Academy.
Yep.
Man, we practice at Rosenwald, which is a rec gym, which is, man, they've been more than everything for us, and that's where we host our home games as well, so that's where we at every single day, man, and we grind. And
What's
we
the
get
average ticket price?
for to get for school?
Well, yeah, you could go to the school and what's to get in the games.
Oh,
What's your average, usually average?
$7.
$7.
Yeah, $7.
What it is to go to school?
$7,500 for high school, and $8,500 for post grad.
So with your post grad, where I know you was saying some of them stay with y'all, or,
Yep.
or y'all got them situated in the
Yeah,
facility.
man, my post grad coach Kobe Robinson, man, he did a great job of just partnering. We partnered with Holy Cross College,
Algiers, right?
up in Algiers, yeah. And so we house a few of our kids there. We have they did an amazing job of just accommodating us and making sure that we wanted the kids to come that's coming from different places to feel like they were on a campus, feel like the college experience, etc. You know what I mean? And so, man, that's where they're staying, on a college campus. They're doing their schoolwork either at Delgado, River Parish. They're doing their stuff online. It's great, man. It's been great. We have a good group of guys too.
Yeah.
I love it.
Dealing with especially young athletes, but young men in general, in the specific.
Yeah.
Like, what do you see most missing? Like, what is the commonality of the thing that we know that we need, because we're older, we've lived a little bit more, we've gone where they trying to go, right? Like, what do you see missing?
Man, that's
as a common, not each one got different things they're missing, but like a common, some of the common things that they need internally to succeed.
I think the biggest thing is they need love. That's the thing that's missing. And what I mean, like, and you can love people so many different ways, but like, we need to love this generation by listening to them, right? Think about it. We were young before, but we wasn't young like them.
Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah, and our parents wasn't young like us.
Right.
And so, at times, there were times when I was coming up, when they were adults that would just kind of tell me how, you know what I'm saying? Oh, boy, but it's different. Like, they're growing up in associate. Like, peep it out. If you had a bully, he lived on your street or he went to your school.
And you got to bring them hands to him, right?
Right.
You got to really feel him, right?
Peep this out. They could have a bully in Australia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look, my daughter was playing Roblox, all right? All my Roblox.
Yeah.
So she playing Roblox, right? And she playing Brookhaven. That's her name is Haven, but she playing the one of the obbies called Brookhaven. And she playing it, and all of a sudden, like, there was these 3 trolls on there, and they just following her, and they stopping her from going where she won't go, right? And all of a sudden, she just break out crying. And I say, what's wrong with you? She was like, they call me ugly. Now, we don't, sticks and stones may break my bone, but words will never hurt me.
Right.
That's a lie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
That hurt her.
Pass it in.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What you said, say it again. Say it now.
This her daddy.
Right.
But people out. They are experiencing a total different life, a total different lifestyle, right, than we did, right? Now, they don't know how to communicate either because of technology. So, you know how when things were bothering us, even though we'll keep it in, at some time we'll sit down and talk?
Yep.
Well, they still don't know how to do that because they text everything.
Yeah.
Right.
So they may not know how to verbally say, man, I'm just having a bad day, but they can text it to you. Right? So I think the biggest thing that's missing is like listening to them. You know what I'm saying? And holding them still holding them to a standard, but like listening to them because it is different.
Yeah.
Like we can't apply everything that they're going through with how we grew up because it's totally different.
It's totally different.
We rode bikes. I don't even know. I don't think these kids know how to ride bikes.
They all in the store.
Yeah, they all.
They all in the store.
We went to the library.
Man, we went to the library.
Yeah, man, they ain't got to go to the library. Right,
They don't know what a call card.
Right.
They don't know what. Yeah.
Right.
And so, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, being able to sit a kid down and say, man, what's really going on? What's up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like calling the kid up and say, look, what you doing? Let's go grab something to eat. Let's go to McDonald's.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be nothing expensive, but they value that because they don't get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's one of the things that I've noticed, man, that's been really influential in helping some of the young people. Just listening to them, hold them to a standard, but listening to them, man, and letting them know that, all right, man, like, yeah, you tripping. All right, man, look, we can figure out a different way to get through this.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they want the truth. They want the truth, but they want to be heard too.
Yeah, I thought, and like in my experience, coaching, like you said, like you love in different type of ways, like discipline, like, and so I've heard it, said multiple different ways, but discipline is the highest form of love, right? Like, you discipline because you love doing it.
That's right.
Right? Like, it's a give and take. So, and the more that they are disciplined, they find out the better they are at the craft.
Yeah.
That's what they trying to do, right? So the more disciplined you are, the better you're gonna go to sleep on time.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat what you're supposed to be
And
eating.
it matters. It matters.
Right. And then that carries, like you said, carry over into life.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're gonna be on time for work.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know what
gonna
I'm
be on
saying?
time. Yeah.
You know, no matter what it is, you're supposed to be babysitting at this time, then you're gonna be there on time.
You gonna
Like,
be there on
you know what I'm
time.
saying? So yeah, definitely. The playing schedule.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What does it look like for a academy type team? Like, what does it look like?
Man, so we don't play any local schools,
Right.
right? So we don't play any local schools. We can't compete for a state title. So we're part of the SWAC conference, right? The SWAC conference is a group of teams from California to Florida to Texas to Arkansas, right? And we play for a national title within that conference. Also, we play a lot of national events. You know what I mean? Against some of the top teams. Like last year, we got a chance to play against a few top 25 teams in the country, which was a great experience. Last year we played against Sunrise, and we played against some future NBA guys.
Yeah.
And my guys got a chance to really experience that and
Right.
see, man, we got a ways to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We played against the number 5 team in the country in Southern Cal, and we got a chance to test our muscles. And guess what? We had a really good game against them. So our guys got a chance to really get encouraged and say, man, we can really do this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, the way our schedule is set up, we travel around. Like last year, in one season, we've been to Colorado, we've been to Texas, maybe like 6-7 times, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, man,
I'm trying to get on
what?
the team. I'm trying to do my traveling. Hold on.
we've been to Kansas. We've been to about 6 or 7 different states last year alone.
Right.
And the cool thing about it is, we've been able to put these kids in different time zones. Like, man, last year my kids got a chance to see snow.
Yeah.
Right.
How was that for them? Being from New Orleans and
Man,
everywhere.
listen, they had a snow fight.
Yeah.
Man, I had one
I already know
kid.
that's coming. Yeah.
I had one kid, man, Mello. Mello went outside and he just started throwing snowballs at people. He just enjoyed it. Like, he's from the West Bank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
West Bank.
Yeah.
I'm from the East Bank, but West Bank. Y'all know y'all. You know what I'm saying? But man, Mello was outside. Those kids were having snowball fights.
Man, I love
First
it.
time they experiencing it, right? Myself, man, I went outside. And this was the next morning. We got out there one day. The next morning, obviously it snowed. And so I'm just walking to the van, got a little swagger about myself. So I'm walking to the van. All of a sudden, I get from under the port, and I just start sliding and almost fall. Black ice.
Black ice, yeah.
My first time experiencing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, almost embarrassed. Yeah. So, but it's been a great experience. Same thing this year. We're gonna travel around. We're gonna play a lot of basketball. We're gonna play teams from all over the country. And man, I'm just excited. This weekend we're going to Fort Walton, Florida, and play against. My postgrad is going to play against Team Mo Spates. They won the national championship last year, right? So we're talking about national now. So now, at one time we was talking about something that's local. Now we're talking about something that's national. You know what I mean? Now these kids are not just thinking about just the local things. They're thinking about, man, like, I'm playing against this kid and he's ranked.
Yeah.
ESPN number 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This kid is ranked ESPN number 25. Like, man, let me test my muscles against them, and man, I may even get seen.
Right.
Yeah. So how has that been with the college coaches getting in contact with you? Since it's your school now, it's a little different. So it ain't just coach no more. It's you got to come see me for everything.
Right.
Well, obviously, man, last year was a big. Last year was a big. Guys, and I'll be honest with y'all. Last year was a big hurdle for me and my wife, man. We started this thing out really out of pocket. All we had is a dream and a dollar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And we just wanted to help these kids. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, year one, you run through some bumps in the road.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest bumps was finances.
Absolutely.
We taking these kids all around the world, right? And here's the reality, y'all. Louisiana, we one of the most impoverished states.
Right.
Shut up.
So I'm going to keep it real with you. So if you really want to be good at this thing, this is what people tell you. If you really want to be good at this thing, you gotta stop thinking about Louisiana kids, and you got to think about kids somewhere else that can pay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, these are conversations.
Yeah, right.
And like, it's crazy because these are conversations.
Still preaching to me.
Yeah, people out. These are conversations with people that were from, and I ain't saying, that were from, that's doing prep schools and stuff like that elsewhere. And say, Shaun, man, if you really want to do this at a high level, you got to get other kids because, man, they can't pay.
Yeah.
And
So they getting the other kids to come in and pay.
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna get a kid from Texas.
Yeah.
because they got a mom and a daddy, and they got a good job, and he can play ball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a kid from Utah because he got a mom and a daddy, and he got a good job, and he can pay full tuition.
Yeah.
So it's a business, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so you take somebody like me and say, man, this is a ministry, and I'm doing it with good intentions, but mama by herself, and mama got 4 kids. Mama can't pay.
Right.
Now she can't pay full tuition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you figure it out?
Right.
So, you know, in 1 year, man, like I went from like not having to figure all those things out because, you know, I had a group of people that donated to that. Like I was the athletic director, and I had time to go and meet those people and spend time with them and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. So like being fully indulged in the whole process, not being able to get in the community,
Right.
because doing everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, it was a journey, man. You know, like I said, you know, people don't expect you to start your own thing
This is the
when
truth.
you look like me.
So,
Hold on.
oh yeah, you good? You good?
They don't expect you to start your own thing when you look like me.
Right.
Because if you're doing that, you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then I'm going to talk bad about you. And I'm going to make sure I ruin your character because you might not be doing it right, because you can't be possibly doing it right because you look like what you look
What
like.
you look like, right?
So
You're not supposed to be doing
so
that.
that was actually you leading into my next question, which is like, what has your relationship been? Because like you said, you got kids from New Orleans, you got some kids from outside, but you got mainly your nucleus is kids from New Orleans, right? Like, how has that affected your relationship with coaches in the traditional basketball system?
Well, man, you know, I just be transparent on air, man. Man, towards the end of the school year last year, you know, there was a lot of he say she say stuff, man, and I think it was because a lot of people were just kind of scared about what was happening.
Yeah.
They were afraid for their players. Man, if this thing take off the way it's gonna take off, then everybody want to go to this school. Guys, I started this school, and I didn't take not one player from nowhere else.
Yeah.
These were all my kids except for 3 kids.
Yeah.
2 kids were ineligible where they were, so they
Right.
came to SDA.
Right.
And another kid was at a prep school, and then he transferred back, and he had nowhere to go, so he came to SDA. Right. So we started this thing with all kids that I had when I was at Crescent City.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we went, you know, and so as the year go by, obviously people are like, oh, well, why you gonna do that? Well, why? And so what happened was, man, like, you know, when you're trying to build a culture, initially what people say is, oh, why would you do that when you could just stay here? So they offered a lot of these kids familiarity. And that's a lot to dangle in front of a kid that's been successful. All of those kids that came with me from Crescent City were champions. State champions.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you dangling this carrot of another state championship, and I'm trying to say, hey, man, listen, I need you to look at this thing nationally and not locally.
Right.
And so there was a friction that, like, towards the end, I even had a couple kids that left. But it was good.
Yeah.
Because God left me a remnant.
Yeah.
And the remnant that God left me, man, I couldn't be more pleased with. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And so I say all that to say, you know, I have a great relationship with all of my colleagues. You know what I mean? All of my guys, all of my friends, all of the people that I rub shoulders with in the city. But at one time, there was a time when I was like, man, like, God, you sure you told me to do this? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
God, you sure you told me to do this?
Right.
You know, and it's crazy because, like, I was going through it, and I was at a state in my life where I was just so quiet. I wasn't posting on social media. And at a time, guys, and I hope this Evergreen piece of it, you guys hear the transparency. At one time, I forgot who I was because I was listening to what everybody was saying. I forgot that it wasn't really even about basketball. It was about life. So I was trying to be a really good coach. And I was trying to be a really good coach. And God was like, why?
Right.
I was trying to be a really good basketball coach. God was like, why? Man, I called you to coach life. That's what set you apart. That's what made you different. And man, once God gave me that revelation, man, what's up?
That's right.
Right.
What's up?
I love it. I love it, bro.
Tell us about your Home Life Foundation and how you and your wife partner with it. You hit on it a little bit, but tell us about the foundation that y'all have set for y'all family and where y'all going at with the academy and everything else in life.
Man, I can't lie, y'all. I have the most amazing wife. Like, and I mean this in so many different ways. Like, very seldom. Now, I was married before. Very seldom do you find somebody that's gonna be there every step of the way with you. I mean, like, every step of the way, to the point where, like, she's holding me accountable on goals and targets that we say. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, Shaun, like, sending me prayers in the morning, making sure I'm ready to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Sending me posts. Or you gonna post this on social media today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gonna post?
Yeah, man. Listen, I mean, and it has everything to do with, like, she's a wife that prays for me.
Yeah.
And she's accepted me as her leader.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she's accepted who I'm called to be. See, a lot of people get in trouble because they have a spouse that hasn't accepted them for who they're called to be. So what happens is you go out in the world and you feel like you conquering the world, but then you go home to hell because y'all not on the same. Y'all not on the same. Y'all not equally yoked on the same frequency. Right. And so it was great because I'm able to go in the world and do what I need to do, and even fight those demons in the world, and come home and really be loved and nurtured and recover. And now I got enough energy to go back out into the world and do it all over again.
Hard to lead a team. You can't lead your house.
Oh, that's true.
That's a good one.
That's the line of the day.
Well, I do live in Baton Rouge now. But keep it out, y'all. Real talk. And so she gave me, you know what I'm saying? She gave me something that I was missing for so long.
Wow.
And it's called peace of mind. Peace of mind to know that she gonna aggravate me till I get my goals. If I say I'm gonna do something, she gonna make sure.
Shut up.
And I mean, aggravate. I'm like, babe, you getting on my nerves, yeah. And then she hit me with that. Well, you said you wanted to do this.
You said that.
You're right, babe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But man, I'm telling y'all, like, we had a very untraditional, we had a very untraditional meeting, man, and it was just God from the beginning. You know what I mean? And shucks, man, and we just celebrated 1 year marriage on the 18th, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, congratulations,
1 year marriage, man,
Yes,
and I'm super excited, man, and man, I'm blushing on this. I'm blushing. Yes. So when I leave here, girl, call me.
From New Orleans, you throw the charm on.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you as soon as I leave babe. Yeah, I got some brownie points tonight. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, she been everything I prayed for and then some, man. Like, setting them, we both have a broken family right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, she have 2 kids before me, and I had 2 kids, and we just had a baby together. So we got 5 together. Yeah. And so it's been.
You got to start 5 right there.
We got to start 5. You know what I'm saying? Run it up. Yeah. So the cool thing is, like, it has been work because. You have to be there for each of the kids' needs, and it's not a traditional setting. You know what I'm saying? True. So, like, I had to learn how to love. I knew how to love, my biological son and daughter because, I've been with them since birth. Right. And so learning how to love and learning how to let them love you, all of those things, man, we've been super intentional about that. You know what I mean? Like, making sure we spend time with them, making sure that, we let them talk and say how they feel. You know what I mean? Absolutely. All while running a program and right. And and she's very, successful in what she does. And so excuse me. So it's been a great balance. It's been a great transition, man. And man, I can't wait, man. I can't wait to just continue to do life with her.
Absolutely.
What, like you said, you deal with a lot of highly, athletic kids, highly, successful in the sports world. And some of those kids also have siblings and everything like that. How do you like, has it ever arisen where, because of a lot of times the most athletic kids going to be the focus of the family.
Yep.
Like, it's going to be like, what time he got to be at practice, what time she got to be at practice, who picking her up, who feeding, like, where we need to bring them, where the game at.
Yep.
Like, but they also have siblings who might not be as good or might not even be involved in sports at all. Mm-hmm. Right? How do you have you ever had to talk about that balance with like your athletes? Like, hey, listen, a lot of the attention is on you, and sometimes you might feel resentment from because the love ain't gonna be balanced, or it might not feel balanced to them, right? To the kids that's not in the sport or playing the sport or not as good at the sport, right?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had to have that type of conversation?
Only a couple times.
Yeah.
I did have to have that a couple times. And it was good, because when you are the athlete, you are the spotlight. And everybody think you're the golden child, right? Mm-hmm. But they don't see all the expectation that put on you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't see the pressures that's put on you. Mm-hmm. If you get a B, your mama looking like, boy, I didn't sacrifice all this money to send you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. They don't see that part of it. You know what I mean? And so, but yeah, definitely. That's I've had that conversation a couple times with, some of my guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know, and we live, so, but first of all, I want to support however I can, so we can talk about that after. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about financially too.
Thank you so much.
But I want to know if somebody's watching or somebody's going to watch this replay. It's Evergreen, so this, even though we're live right now, it's going to keep being live. People going to keep watching. I want to know if somebody wants to sponsor or somebody wanted to put some money in on the SDA or for some of the kids. What's the way that they can do that?
Oh, wow. Man. First of all, man, it's humbling. Thank you so much for even considering just the support. Right now our website is actually being revamped. Man, I'm super excited about the way it's gonna look. Mm-hmm. But we do have a website, www.shaundumasacademy.com.
Spell it for them.
Make sure Shaun, SHAUN, Dumas, D as in dog, UMAS Academy.com. Also, if you wanted to help sponsor a student athlete that really need it, you can email us at shaundumasacademy@gmail.com and just type help. And we would love to connect with you. We would love to help you. We would love to allow you to help, our student athletes thrive. Like I say, man, we in Louisiana, man. All of my kids are from Louisiana, and I know we can do this national thing with Louisiana kids, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
And so it's going to take Louisiana to help. And so, if you're interested in giving and helping and sponsoring a kid, whether it's, saying, well, look, man, I don't have $1 million, but I can give $5 a month. That $5 can help feed a kid.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
And no lie to y'all guys, like last year on Hurricane Ida, man, I had, and I don't want to really, but we had kids, that lived with us for real. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And so every little bit, man, counts. Every little bit helps, and it collectively allows us to put these kids on a platform about life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if you, like I said, once again, if you wanted to help, if you wanted to sponsor, our HR department will reach back out to you immediately. You can email us at Shaun Dumas Academy, SHAUNDUMAS Academy @gmail.com, and just type in the title and the subject help, and just talk about how you would like to help, and we can we'll connect with you guys immediately to help with our student athletes.
Yeah, straight up. We want to be a part of that. Yeah, Evergreen is about that.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
I just, man, for me, I think I commend you for what you're doing, first and foremost.
Thank you.
Because a lot of times when you have success that you had, especially at an early age, it's hard to come off of that. It's hard to separate yourself from that because it's like a drug, and it's a high. And for you to do that and to humble yourself, I think a lot of people can't do that as well. And so I think from me and from all of us, we would tell you, don't let anything stop you and knock you off your path at all. Don't let this person say this or this person distract you from this, because I know you are humble, but you also need to be proud of what you're doing and what you're accomplishing.
100%.
You you're a young black man in Louisiana that has his own academy.
Right.
And it's not about
it's still blowing my mind.
It's not about being arrogant or cocky, but man, like take time to celebrate yourself. We're gonna celebrate you,
Yep.
and man, it's just crazy how like your vision, aligns with all of our visions in here, and it's intertwined. So man, we proud of you. I just met you, but I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same.
And I love you what you're doing, man, and much success.
Oh man, thank you so much. That means the world to me, man. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Yeah, if y'all watching out there, support, man. Y'all, we, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But I want you to support the SDA Academy. Email, y'all play that back, get that email.
We're gonna put the links in the bio.
We're gonna put the links in the bio. Y'all make sure y'all go do that because we're gonna do it. We ain't talking noise. We're gonna do it, and so you do it as well. It's always it's more blessed to give than to receive. And that giving that forward, man, and especially some of the best ground that you can give into is a kid.
Come on.
I mean, it's purity there, man. It's all life in front of them. Come on. You know what I'm saying, Doug? You know that we talk about that a lot, man. And so, I ain't gonna keep going because I'm feeling a little something right now. And I'll keep working it, but we need to go ahead and do that. We believe in what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm feeling. I gotta.
Yeah, man. So we rock it out for 8-10 years, man. You used to always hit me.
Man,
you coming to the game?
Come on.
Nice to be there. I'm there, and I appreciate you coming on here for us because this been 2 years in the making. Like I said, I wasn't gonna do radio, TV, nothing no more.
Yeah, I remember
I had
that.
sold all my stuff off.
I remember
and
that.
when they asked me, it aligned with my life, and when you align with ours.
Wow.
So we want to make sure that we support you, man. Wow. I'm always here for you. We got some other things in the work, and we ain't gonna tell everybody yet. We ain't gonna tell everybody yet what we working on, but we got some other things in the working.
Right.
But to the media, man, I seen y'all at the games, man, because I was press row.
Right.
I seen y'all at the summer leagues. I seen y'all at all the games, man. Get behind this man.
Get behind it. Yep.
Like he's the first one should not have been on Evergreen, but it should have been on Evergreen.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But now from now on, we expecting more of y'all media to be in contact with it, man. We know y'all be stealing anyway, so we stealing all our ideas anyway. So you about to get a lot of calls.
Oh man, that's a blessing, man.
100%, man. 100%.
That's a blessing. And if you guys needed to reach out, you can reach out to me 504-777-1028.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That was the problem though, man. You changed your phone number.
I did. Man, listen.
You changed your phone number, bro.
I changed my phone number, and I paid this company to send a blast to all my contacts.
Right, yeah.
And only some people got it.
Right,
so they got my money. You know what I mean? They got my money. So I got to walk around with two phones because if somebody call me, I got to be able to type their phone number in to make sure it's the right person.
So I'm calling another number and everything for him.
You can't get it, man.
So I know it, man. I know it's my boy.
So if you've been reaching out to me, you got my number now. I am so sorry.
Right.
But you got my number now.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, we appreciate you coming, man. Y'all want to jump into some stuff, some current stuff? What y'all want to do? We got a few. We can go over a few minutes. You good? You good for a couple minutes?
I'm good.
Because we get to talking about everything going on. In the past week, college football, NFL football. You got a team? What's your team? You got an NFL team?
Yeah, 49ers.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey, hold on. Y'all came up last week.
Oh yeah. We sitting back right now. we got some.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be all right.
Oh yeah. So we always talk about the current affairs and what's going on, what happened last week. I got to say this first before we start off. Shout out to LSU for that victory against Ole Miss. It was a big time victory. I fell asleep on the game. I'll be honest. At the beginning, I was like,
it wasn't that big time.
Yeah, but then I woke up and I was like, whoa, hold on, 45. Okay. So shout out to them, man, and just so much going on in college football, man. They got some big games coming up, and not. This week is good, but next week, man, they got some games, man. Georgia, Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? Alabama, LSU. So
night game too.
Yeah. So it'll be some big games, man. How you feel about the college football season right now? You watching college football a lot?
Man, I haven't watched it a lot this year, but I'm huge in college football. Like that's my college football, college basketball. I love watching it because I feel like they're playing for something. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're playing for something. Right. But I'm a Tiger, man. Yeah. I'm a Tiger. I think they're starting to gel at the right time.
Put it together, right?
Yeah, they're starting to gel at the right time.
Yeah,
they're starting to gel at the right time, man. And Daniels, man. Man, he's starting to look comfortable with that playbook. Yeah. He's starting to look comfortable in that pocket a little bit, you know? Yeah, he's coming alive.
So with them having a new coach this year and you looking at the game, do you look at the game from a player standpoint? Because I know you love football. Or do you looking at it from a coaching standpoint?
You know what? I used to always look at it from just like a fan, right? Before I started coaching. Now I be coaching and it's like, think about it, man. This dude had to come with kids that he didn't even recruit. Mm-hmm. And change the culture to the culture he needed it to be. You know what I mean? Yep. That's hard.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's extremely hard, right? And so for those guys to come and and to make a 180 the way they've done so far, man, that's big time, man. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing what he do in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that game next week. The Bama game. What you got? What you think?
The Bama game?
Yeah.
I can't give my take on that quite yet.
Oh, you holding it for next week?
Yeah,
we embargoing takes around here.
I got my take, but I'm gonna wait too.
I'm gonna hold it on that, man.
Hey, y'all know why he holding it? Shout out to the people at Barstool, man. They hosted Doug Better Day with Barstool. Like, shout out to y'all, man. Hey, sponsor us, man. We see what y'all doing.
Yeah. Come on.
Y'all want us, but y'all want us.
Come through. I'm gonna jump too because I'm moving fast. I'm gonna jump now. So NBA season, you been watching any of that so far?
Yeah.
Who you got a team? Who's your team?
So I was a diehard Laker, right? But then LeBron went there, right? And so then you know how it is. No, you know how it is. Like, then you say, oh, I'm a Laker fan. Oh, you just a Laker fan because LeBron in there. You know what I mean? I've been a Laker for a long time. But, man, Golden State, man.
Yeesh.
Because they play the right way.
They play the right way.
They do.
Like, it's hard to not watch Golden State play.
That's true.
And it's hard to watch basketball, the NBA, if Golden State or the Pelicans not playing.
Right.
So you like the Pels?
I like the Pels.
I went to the game on Sunday, man. Check out the posts.
Yeah.
So how you feel about that, man? Like with players, man, like with the injury rates that players having now, are they playing too much basketball? Are they overtraining? What you think going on in the NBA?
I think it's a combination of both. I think it's a lot of basketball. And I think that they are overtraining. Because think about it. They training and they playing in these pro-am leagues. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot, man. You know, and then...
Oklahoma just lost their top pick, right?
Yeah, and then think about it. We had, during the pandemic year, you know, we had a season that kind of went over, and then we had a season right back to back. You know what I mean? Like, so a lot of these guys haven't recovered from that. No. You know what I mean? And so we got to really start thinking about that. Like, and so when these guys start saying that, man, we probably want to shorten the season. Like, we need to listen to that because we want good basketball to be played. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I like what you said. They got to recover. Sometimes people look at basketball and they don't think that they'll say it quick for football because of the brutality of the sport. I guess I say, but they don't say it. But anybody that hoop. You know that, man. Even if we play pickup ball, we go play this week.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? We're going to be at home, you know, feeling some kind of way. And it's just us.
Yeah.
So you imagine, you know, banging bodies with dudes that's 6'8", 6'9". They play, and these are top of the top every night, running up and down that court. It takes a toll on your body. You're 82 games. That's just regular season.
Man.
That's just regular season. It's not counting if you go way into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I win. It's a lot of recovery that has to happen. Because your body is just wear and tear. And then you flying 2 and 3 times a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I think they need to consider those shorter seasons just for the sake of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think we see better basketball.
For sure.
And we see more, see our players on the floor. The people that we want to see, we see them on the floor more.
Man, and think about, like, look at the build of these guys.
Yeah.
These dudes built like football players.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You got point guards that's built like a running back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Straight up.
Yeah, man. I think somebody had a close-up shot of Ant-Man up in Minnesota. I'm like, bro, this boy is built like a middle linebacker, for real. You know, 6'4", 230, and like solid.
You know? Solid, man. So just imagine you going to the lane and he trying to take a foul, and he really foul you.
Right.
And yeah, man, like it's a big old dude.
Yeah.
You know
82 times a year.
80, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we be talking. I was thinking the day I was riding the car, we talking about Golden State, and I said, man, sometimes we talk about, you know, whoever's the GOAT, they talk about Steph is the man. But I started thinking about that front office, like what they've done to win championships. You gotta look at what they did. They're winning championships. They built a team from ground up. All the people that they drafted, right? They win championships. Then they get KD, right? And however anybody feels about that, we all got our takes on that. I'm not even gonna get into that conversation. That's a whole nother hour and a half conversation right there, right? But even get him, win championship with him, and then after this, you still are built like you win a championship after KD, and you still have a solid program. You're drafting right. You got the boy Poole, you know what I'm saying? You got Wiseman, you got these different ones. That front office, man, they get kudos for just, I guess, their insight on the type of player that they want to have that fits the system that they're trying to run. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, so I used to coach basketball. I don't coach it no more. I got out of that game. I want to ask somebody with a discerning eye. Golden State. Does Golden State have a system, or is Steph Curry the system?
It's a system.
Okay.
Like, now, obviously, Steph Curry is the engine that could, right? And Draymond Green is too. But, I mean, think about it, man. Like, you can put Harrison Barnes in there, and they were successful. You got Andrew Wiggins, they're successful. Like, you can put anybody, Jordan Poole, successful. Man, you can put anybody in a system that understand how to play basketball and understand their system, and they're going to be successful, man. They can go 8, 9, 10 deep in a bench, and they can still, like, think about this. Golden State, one of the only teams that even when they starters on the bench, they either keep a lead or expand the lead.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's true.
Think about it. Look at the numbers.
Right.
They either extend the lead or keep a lead.
Yep.
That's true.
LeBron can't do that.
Yep. Sure can't.
Phoenix can't do that.
Right. Sure can't.
And think about how good these teams are. Boston can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So once people start going to their bench, it's like, man, like, either the lead starts shrinking, they got to hurry put their starters back in. Golden State, man, them dudes can really rest.
Right. That's true.
And that means all the world in February and March.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing. You brought up a good point. It's one thing I noticed about Golden State in the finals. I never seen like a superstar player like Steph Curry literally sit almost like the end of the third quarter, and like he just chilling in the fourth quarter. Like no superstar player on any team is gonna be chilling in the fourth quarter in the finals. Listen,
DB, I'm gonna even go deeper than that. Think about this: Steph Curry sometimes have career numbers, and he only played 2.5 quarters.
That's crazy.
Sometimes he don't play the rest of the third and the whole fourth, and he have 35. Right? Watch this. Just imagine the games that he set out. Think about it just last year alone. The games that he set out, and it was multiple, like you need 2 or 3 hands, that he didn't even play in the second half, really.
Man.
right?
So we talking about numbers, man. Like think about his career when they would be winning by 20 and 30 points. He got 30 and 40 points, and he only played 3 quarters.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Let me give Steph some shouts right now, man.
Right.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
How you rein a kid in that watched Steph Curry his whole life and come to your program and then
shoot from the rafters.
first practice he out here busting and he making them know, but how you rein them in to let him understand about the team concept?
Well, they gotta trust, right? A kid gotta come in and trust the process, like, cause here's the reality. Even Steph know he's not gonna make all of them, right? And so there's a time when Steph got to understand that if he wanted to, he can hijack the game whenever he want, right?
That's true, right.
Because he's a point guard, right?
Right.
So he got the ball in his hand the majority of the time, so he can shoot whatever shot he want. He got to trust that he got to get his other guys' shots, so his shots can come easier.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how you do that. Hey man, you got to trust your guys. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want this game to be good to you, and you want to be able to get your shot off and do what you do well, you got to trust that these guys around you can make these same plays for you. And then when it's time for you to shoot it, you can shoot an uncontested shot now, or you can shoot an uncontested layup. Yep. And that's why Steph Curry, it's so hard to guard Steph Curry. That's why it's so hard to guard LeBron James. He's a willing passer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He's a willing passer. So the way you reel him in is you got to trust your guys, man. You know what I'm saying?
Since we talking about trust your guys, and we said LeBron James and trust your guys, you tell me, you're a Lakers fan. We all know what's going on. We've been paying attention. You tell me your take. What needs to happen?
They need to go on a retreat. I'm serious. They need to go on a retreat, and they need to have a real come to Jesus moment.
A
retreat and a come to Jesus.
all in all that.
Because watch this. I'm optimistic. I think it can still work.
Right.
I think it can work. I think that right now what you have is you got Russell Westbrook. He's having a hard time adjusting to a new role. Right? And that's hard, guys. That's really, really hard. When you still playing for another contract, to say, you know what, I'm gonna take less shots. I'm going to be a little bit more of a point guard. I'm going to make sure I get the ball to LeBron and AD. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, man, I'm still Westbrook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
$44 million Westbrook.
Yeah, $44 million Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? So what has to happen is somebody got to say, man, I sacrifice for the team, for the betterment of the team.
Right.
Because once that begin to happen, LeBron don't have to work so hard. AD don't have to work so hard, and now he can really stay healthy.
Please.
And Westbrook can stop pressing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so once Westbrook stop pressing, AD don't have to work so hard. LeBron don't have to work so hard, and they get some shooting around them, right? Man, I think it can really work. I think that, but they just need to have a come to Jesus moment for real. They need to go on a retreat. Yeah, they need to go on a 2-day retreat, man. Like, Coach, where you at? If you hear me, take them on a 2-day retreat. You know what I'm saying? And let them just like not even play basketball. Like just spend time with it and talk it out. And
up in the hills, man.
And you gonna see a new team. I'm telling you.
So like, how would you deal with that when like your top player after game 1 is in the media like, yeah, we don't got no shooters.
well, in the words of Kobe Bryant, you got to be the friend that say you got something in your teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got something on your face, man. Don't go in the media looking.
Right.
We don't have no shooters.
Right.
That's the reality, right? So either the guys that I have need to get in the gym and work on knocking shots down, or
I need to shoot
shooters.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You think they're gonna? I believe they work too. I was one of those too. But do you think it's going to stay, or you think they're gonna make some trades?
They're gonna make some trades.
Yeah.
They don't have the time. LeBron's not young no more.
No.
Yeah.
So they don't have the time to wait it out and see. So they're gonna make some trades. Very soon.
Yeah, we're gonna see. They play in the West.
Y'all heard it from me first. Very soon.
Very soon. Hot take. But y'all got any other questions, man? Man, it's been dope, man. We appreciate you again, man. Appreciate you. And this won't be the last time. We're gonna come back and do this again because we got a whole lot more to talk
And we're gonna
about,
get some
man.
players on there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, we get some players on
For
there.
sure.
And we're gonna come down, man. We'll come down to the game. You said something about a blue and orange game.
Yeah, we got a blue and orange game on October 31st at Rosenwall, 6 p.m.
Okay.
Before y'all go trick or treating, man, come show these kids some love. And come see, man. We got some talent, man. We got some real talent in the gym. Yeah.
So we're gonna try to make it out there, man. That's cool. It's been Evergreen, man. Doug, you good? What you want to tell them, bro? Tell them like, subscribe.
Think about the interview. I'm thinking about the interview.
I'm thinking about the interview.
Good,
no,
man.
man.
No, that too.
Look, if you watch this episode, you know what to do. Go click that subscribe button, like button, share button, whatever button that you got. I don't care, an iPhone, a Verizon, a flip phone, a Nokia with the snake game on it. It don't matter. Go hit that subscribe button and go support Shaun Dumas Academy.
Yeah, do that. We love y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all share it. Tell somebody we here is Evergreen. And we out.